morning, everybody. Mestre Sukuri coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. Episode 57, Mestre Vibes podcast. Guys, there is so many good things happening in life. People sometimes talk about what they call the snowball effect, right? The snowball effect is when a snowball starts to roll down a hill. As it builds momentum, as it gets bigger, it starts to get bigger and bigger, and where it becomes almost an unstoppable force. Recently, I feel very blessed and very lucky because I can really feel how my life, because of the choices I made and the way I decided to live my life, have turned out. When my wife and I first decided to get married in 2004, 2003. Sorry, it's just like my brain's moving too fast right now. It was really fast. We found out we had our daughter on the way super fast. And it was a whirlwind. And then 20 years later, here we are, and I feel so lucky in how my life's turned out, and I'm so happy to be able to share that with everybody around me. Today, I consider myself not only a mestre of capoeira, but a person who tries to affect life, the people around me, my community, in the best way possible. Of course, social media makes that a lot easier because a lot of times I'll get emails from people that are like, oh, you know, you're inspirational, you're doing this. But first and foremost, like, I feel for me, what works the best is that I realize that I cannot change people, and that the only thing I can do is lead my life or live my life the best way I can and lead by example. And one of the most important things that I've realized in my life is my ability to invest in other people. And when I mean invest in other people, means to create relationships, to spend time to nurture those relationships and to build those relationships. There are a dozen mestres around the world that know all they need to do is show up in Japan and I'll take care of them, because we have this affinity for each other, this respect and understanding. A lot of times travel costs can be very big, so there's always things involved, but I always try to make sure that anybody who visits me, if they come and visit, then I take care of them. If I bring them, then I really take care of them, because this is what a lot of us do professionally, and it's important to move forward, which takes us to a really interesting thing that happened yesterday. A lot of times when you're working within the artist community, as I work with mostly Brazilian musicians, sometimes Latin musicians like salsa players, some amazing people here in Tokyo. And we got invited, was requested by a very big private race car company if we could do a samba show. And after I went there and I upsold, like, made a better pitch. Now they want 30 people for this event that's coming up next month. The event is at the Marigawa racetrack. It's going to be a private event. It's like 20 samba dancers, Mestre Linguiça, myself, and 8 Brazilian musicians. And this is going to be such a good show. I'm so excited. But because of the relationships that I've built, people want to work with me. They know they're going to get paid professionally, but at the same time, they know that they're going to be treated with respect. One of the biggest things that I've run into when doing things like this, such as an artist, is a lot of times people think artists are like, disposable or don't really have any feelings onto themselves. That reminds me of a meme that was posted. My Uncle Francis, sent me this, and it was in Brazil. That was really funny. It was like a restaurant said, we are looking for a musician to play from 2 p.m. till 12 at night, no breaks. We can't pay you, but it's a good chance for you to promote yourself and, just play straight through. And it was just like, it's a meme, but at the same time, it rings with so much honesty. Like people will say, hey, why can't you do a 2-hour capoeira show? You cannot do a 2-hour capoeira show. You can do a show artistically that involves capoeira. But just seeing like people playing capoeira for 2 hours, it's just not that exciting, especially if you're in a theater or in a show environment. So we have to think about, all the different things that go into it. When programming a show, I think not only of the actual presentation time, but what the artists have invested. For example, the samba dancers, they put a lot of money into their costumes. Everything's imported or handmade or whatnot. So they have to get a lot of things done. And those headdresses are so heavy. Having to wear that for like an hour is really uncomfortable because it's heavy on your neck. It's a lot of work. So I make sure that all the artists are always considered, maybe because I'm an artist, that I worry more about how the artists feel. And I never just say, like, a lot of times non-artists who are managing projects and shows and events, they think we're disposable. So I really feel lucky that I'm at a point where I can treat each person as non-disposable, as something of value, right? As human beings, as artists in their craft. And this makes me feel really, really good. So we're organizing this event. My lovely wife's organizing this event. And two things that happened, it got a little bit confusing for a minute, but we worked it out and everything's going forward. In the process of this, it's kind of funny because my son, who's doing the YouTube, came up to me and he had asked me something very simple. He said, Dida, he calls me Dida, right? He goes, Dida, he wants to contract out work for his YouTube, like with some people in India, possibly, or somebody contacted him from the UK, somebody contacted him from Rwanda where he was staying. And he got really excited. And then he came to me and he goes, I got an email from someone and said, look, I charge $5 for one project. Like, they do shorts. And the person's from India. My son said that the average is $3 to $4 for a short of the length that he wants by outsourcing. And I told my son, my son was there and he's like, well, maybe this guy's trying to do this. Maybe this guy's trying to do that. Maybe this, should I negotiate this? Should I negotiate that? And I looked at my son and I said, something that took me many, many years to understand. There's a difference between working, let's say professional hustling, and not unaware hustling. Unaware hustling is like you're second guessing yourself. I said, kiddo, you're thinking about, you're trying to read the mind and play some kind of mind games or chess with this guy when it's not that big of a deal. The time you're doing now, talking to me, about how you feel about, maybe working with this guy, what do you think he's doing, or second guessing, is time you could have done the video. And this could have been that video that put you over the top. So I said, don't waste time. Send the person a video. I don't know, what do you want to pay? He goes, I think I can pay $3, $4. I said, okay, send back. Say, look, right now I'm just starting my YouTube. I can afford to pay this. Let me know if that's okay. If the person comes back and says that's fine or not fine, then move away. Oh, I can't do it, then walk away. Why? Because you're investing more energy and time, and it's such a simple thing. There are people out there who will work. All the artists I'm taking to this samba event, they all want to work. We all want to work. The pay is good, and we're going to do the best we can because we're all professional. But to be professional means, knowing not to waste time. Can you walk away? I said, check somebody else. And he said this morning, I found somebody else who will do it for the price I want. I said, okay, part of building a business or even just human relations is sometimes you got to take a chance but walk away at the first sign or, if it starts to feel uncomfortable, because you're just going to keep investing into a negative situation that you're not going to feel good about in the future. So he said that was excellent. And it's the same way I felt when we were doing the Brazilian Fest. We started doing it. The other side was really excited. Everybody was getting excited. I was motivating people. And then I was like, okay, wait a minute. We're waiting for this. This didn't work out. They're not motivating as much as they said they were going to do. They're not doing as much as we'd like them to do. Cool. Cancel the event. Walk away. I'm done. No feeling, no nothing. It's just work. Sometimes the beating bell breaks and people get really upset. It's wood. It's going to break if it's done wrong or if it's old or for whatever reason. It happens. You walk down the street, you fall down. It happens. You order a hot cup of coffee, and it's lukewarm. It happens. But that doesn't have to define how you spend the rest of your time. So I'm really glad that I was able to tell him that, to not waste his time, because it really, really is such a waste. And it took me so many years to understand that. And now I'm in a position where I can, just freely move as an artist, as a business owner, as a cultural entrepreneur, what I do. I told my son, look, don't waste time because it doesn't come back. And two, I said, why do you want to work in a situation where you're creating like an unhealthy hustle? You're always going to be trying to second guess people. You're always going to be trying to, is this person trying to take advantage? If you feel that way, don't do it. Just find people. There's plenty of people out there who want to work and do things so you can do it. And this is exactly the way I live my life and how it's come back to me in Capoeira. The very special news for everybody, because of my what I feel are my regular work and how I do things, and because of social media, I've mentioned this to you guys. I've been invited to go to Mestre Bentinho's Batizado from August 14th. I will do a workshop in Colorado Springs, and I will be there for the Batizado on August 17th. So I'll be in Colorado Springs from the 13th of August till the 18th of August, because there's an after party, and I'm not going to miss that, with Mestre Bentinho, who we've become friends through the internet, and he has graciously invited me to come. So if you're in the Colorado or in that area, Mestre Bentinho's Batizado is there, and it's just going to be, I feel incredibly blessed that he has, opened his house and his students have welcomed me to come. So you guys, whoever's in Colorado, be ready, because I'm coming and I'm bringing a lot of good energy and a lot of good stuff and a lot of good t-shirts. But as a result of this great relationship that I've built, Mestre Bentinho also set me up with another workshop in Denver, Colorado, with Mestre Berinjela. And I will be there in Denver, Colorado, doing a workshop on the 19th of August. So if you're in that area, then I hope to meet you, especially if you're an internet person that I've never had a chance to meet. And if you do capoeira, I'd love to meet you. Rolling back, I got invited to also, and when this all started to do, people started getting excited, and I wanted to go visit another friend of mine who I haven't had a chance to meet, who's been on this podcast, Mestre Galego. I will be visiting him and his wonderful academia and students on the 12th of August. So I will be in the United States from the 12th of August till about the 19th, which is fantastic because in Japan, it's kind of like the dead season. We call Obon. A lot of people don't come during those 2 weeks, so the academia is pretty dead. Mestre Linguiça will be covering a lot of classes. We're only going to miss a few classes that month. And it's just going to be fantastic. Everything comes together. That snowball effect of what I created over many years has finally come. And I feel like I'm at the bottom of the hill with this giant, beautiful, loving, artistic, fantastic snowball. And things are just moving in a really good, positive direction. So, guys, one more time, August 12th, Sacramento, California, Mestre Galego Academia. August 14th through the 18th, Colorado Springs, Mestre Benchino. August 19th, Mestre Berinjela, Denver, Colorado. I hope to see as many people as possible. More importantly, I want to thank my Patreon supporters, because you guys directly make this possible, because while I'm gone, I have to cover some stuff here for the Academia, and all of your guys' support helps me to do all these different things that I want to do. Definitely going to make a nice video vlog, or what do they call it, vlogging, or like do my best to really share this experience over 2 weeks with everybody around the world. Traveling for me is really difficult because my academia is so busy all the time. So getting away, it just really, really got lucky that this is happening during the slowest time of the year here. So I feel fantastic, excited, and ready to go. Guys, create a life with good people around you. Don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to get a hashtera, sometimes get a sweep in your life, fall down, get back up. Life is about evolving, right? Moving to the next level, creating good relationships. And if you remember, anything happens, I always, think about that, I'm 53 this year. I'll be 53 in August. And I think about how lucky I am that I'm just still alive and generally healthy. And these things are important to always appreciate as you move through life. Create good relationships, create good energy, and move forward. Guys, have a fantastic day. Mestre Sukuri, Mestre Vibes, Tokyo, Japan, coming to the United States. Keep looking at this, because I'm going to be having some updates and tell you what's going on. Lots of love, lots of peace, lots of capoeira.